Imagine not being able to read the paper because your hands were shaking. Imagine not being able to read newsprint as your world faded to black. The National Federation of the Blind, Newsline, Indiana. With your host, Lee Martin, and co-host, Florence Myers-McSwine.
Welcome to this week's National Federation of the Blind, Newsline, Indiana, with our host, Lee Martin, and I'm co-host Flo. And we have today our guest from last week, Mr. Brian Norton from Easter Seals Crossroads. And Mr. Norton, welcome back to the show this week.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I enjoyed my time.
Yes, and we certainly enjoyed having you come back. And for people that don't know much about the NFB Newsline, it is a service that's provided through the National Federation of the Blind and is sponsored by the Talking Book and Braille Library Services here in the state of Indiana. And there's a number of ways that you can apply for this free service that will give you audio and information on how to basically read newspapers and magazines for those of us that are visually impaired or blind. We just like to use the word blind specifically to cover all the bases. But those that are blind can now have free access to reading your newspapers. Many of us that have lost our sight or those that never had sight can now have access to like the Indianapolis Star, the Wall Street Journal, the Tribunes around the state and around the country. I love reading sports, and now I have free access to that by using my landline telephone or an app on the Apple device or the Android or the computer or the Victor Reader Stream or the digital talking book player from the library, Talking Book and Braille Library. So there's a myriad of ways that you can access this free service. And we have today some of the devices here from Easter Seals Crossroads that will demonstrate to you with the help of Mr. Brian Norton from Easter Seals Crossroads. So we'll be right back with more demonstration and more information about this great free service of the National Federation of the Blind Newsline. So stay tuned.
If you or someone you know is visually impaired or print challenged, the National Federation of the Blind has a resource you need.
I am a CFP practitioner, and I happen to be blind. I rely on NFB Newsline to keep me current with Wall Street Journal and the Financial Times.
Hoosiers can hear Indiana magazines, circulars, national magazines, and information from across the globe. Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
We are the nation's blind, and we read NFB Newsline.
As I travel the nation, I read NFB Newsline.
I live in Valparaiso, Indiana, and I listen to my local news on NFB Newsline.
As a student, I enjoy reading current events on NFB Newsline.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
Subscribe free to NFB Newsline today.
Well, welcome back to our show, and we are just going to jump right on in here with our guest, Brian Norton. Mr. Norton, you brought in some very interesting things today.
Yeah, I tried to bring in a kind of a sampling from our demo and loan library of some of the devices that we have available. I think we talked last week about through the In-Data project at Easter Seals Crossroads, we have a demo and lending library where we have about 2,500 different devices available for folks to borrow. Imagine, if you will, going to the library to check out a book. Here, you can check out technology And much like the library, when it comes due, you bring it back to us, turn it back in, or if you still have a need, you can have the opportunity to renew that for another 30 days, just like you can a book as well. So works a lot like your public library with books, but this is with technology.
Okay, so it's 30 days at a time then.
30 days at a time, yep.
Okay.
And so jumping into some of this stuff, I think we wanted to take a look. We'll spend a little bit of time talking about Alexa. Stop. I said her name. But anyways, what I find really fascinating and probably something that's kind of the most up-and-coming type of technology these days is something referred to as the Internet of Things. And you have these intelligent personal assistants like Google Home, Amazon Echo devices, the Apple HomePod is another one. And these devices have allowed you to connect to many, many other devices and to provide lots of different services to folks. And so I brought a couple of different things from our library that would be interesting for some folks. And so up in the front, I have a smart light bulb. Here in the middle, I have a smart camera. And I also have a smart plug for appliances as well. And so really think about with the Internet of Things, you can connect all of these different types of devices. So anything that has an on-off setting in your house. So there are smart thermostats, there are smart appliances like microwaves, ovens. There are now smart refrigerators, which have the ability to look inside your refrigerator and tell you what kind of food you have. And then furthermore, tell you based on what type of food you have, what you can prepare for the day.
So now they're trying to tell us how to
prepare your food
for the day.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
that's right.
okay.
It's all prescriptive nowadays, right?
Oh, okay.
And what's great about these things is they will. They're all connected, right? And so you can make really good decisions based on the information that you have about what's going on. For instance, Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 23 degrees. Today, expect a high of 35 degrees.
And if you think about folks with disabilities, knowing what the weather is going to be like and getting that information very quickly and very easily is going to help them prepare to be able, what do I need to wear today? Do I wear short sleeves or shorts, or do I wear a long sleeve shirt or a sweater or coat? Those kinds of things. You can also add things to your shopping list. You can add things to a to-do list. But again, connecting it to these different things. I'll go ahead and do this one. Alexa, show kitchen camera.
Okay.
And you'll see a picture of my kitchen pop up here. And so for folks with disabilities, thinking about health and safety issues in their home. A lot of times I find folks with disabilities leave their door unlocked and they let their home health aides come in and out as they please. Well, again, these days, health and safety becomes an issue. Well, now you can kind of see who's at your door or be able to kind of have a conversation with them as well. About who's there and should you or shouldn't you let them in, those kinds of things. And so there's lots of opportunities with the Internet of Things.
With this smart light, is that connected to this now?
It's not. I just have the smart light bulb.
Just a bulb.
But again, you would say, a lady, we'll call her that for now. You would say that and you would say, hey, turn on living room lamp. And it would go ahead and then find that lamp module. So it'd be connected to one of these little modules here. And then you'd be able to kind of have it turn that on, or then when you're done, turn it off. And so a great way for folks as they're coming in and out of rooms to be able to either turn lights on, turn lights off, or be able to just tell whether they are on or off, right? So making sure that you're not boosting your electricity bill very much.
Okay.
I think the other thing that's really cool about this, and I know it's something we want to talk about because it's a new service that you guys have with the NFB, but along with these devices, you get a lot of skills or routines that can be done. So you can build in a certain skill, and I believe you were mentioning to me earlier that the NFB has a skill now where you can bring up the news line and have it read it, right?
Yes, there is a skill for that, and it's a very usable skill. It's a different learning curve to it, but once you learn the different commands on how to get the A-lady to respond, it is very instantaneous. And I love the new product.
Great.
We will have a time in our next segment to demonstrate that a little bit more. So when a person, once again, that's just now watching this particular program, then didn't catch us last week, if they wanted to apply for services through the Easter Seals Crossroads, how would they do that once again?
Sure. You could go to our website. It's eastersealscrossroads.org, and there is a contact us form. So you can fill out, ask us, tell us what you need or what you're looking for, and then someone will be able to then forward that out to the appropriate department, and we would then be able to get back in touch with you. But I would funnel folks to that website, eastersealscrossroads.org. Or if you're interested in maybe the web's not your thing and you want to call us, you can give us a call. It's 317-466-1000.
317-466-1000. That's the number for Easter Seals Crossroads if you want to call and learn more about these services that we're talking about. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to demonstrate the A lady. We say that
yeah, right.
so that she won't turn on. She speaks when she hears her name sometimes. So we'll be right back, and stay tuned.
I just graduated college as a blind student. How can I independently find job listings?
Thanks to the National Federation of the Blind, visually impaired Hoosiers can hear newspapers, circulars, and magazines from across the globe.
It is a fantastic service.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
We are the nation's blind, and we read NFB Newsline.
If you or someone you know is visually impaired or print challenged, the National Federation of the Blind has a resource you need.
I use NFB Newsline when reading Hammond Northwest Times.
Using NFB Newsline, I read the Christian Science magazine.
Dad, you read Jerusalem Post, too.
Learn more by calling 855-963-6476 or visit nfbnewsline-in.org.
Live the life you want. Read NFB Newsline.
It's free.
We want to welcome you back to the National Federation of the Blind Newsline show, and we have a great demonstration here with our guest, Mr. Norton from Easter Seals Crossroads, and he's brought along a number of devices, and I tell you, I've been really impressed with this Amazon, and I really want to, learn more about the thermostat and how it's incorporated with this device. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so lots of these different devices you're going to find for your home, like you said, thermostats. There are a lot of smart thermostats, and so they will connect, and so through Alexa you can have it turn up the thermostat, or you can have it turn down the thermostat. And so it's just a great way to be able to kind of control your temperature. But these are smart thermostats, right? So it recognizes if people pass in front of it. It recognizes that people are home, and so it should probably keep it a little bit warmer. Or if it doesn't register any activity, it's going to go ahead and then lower the temperature in your house. And so it can kind of learn your daily living patterns about when you're home and when you're not. And we'll adjust the temperature accordingly so you can save on your heat bill and things like that. And so all of these different smart devices in your home are really kind of opening up a lot of opportunities for folks with disabilities, no matter what your disability is, to be able to, again, better control your environment, save costs, make better decisions about what's going on day in and day out, and really, out of your control, it's doing it for you.
Well, so this is not only for people with disabilities, but our society as a whole.
Yeah, it's universal design at its best, right? So what's helpful it's like curb cuts, Curb cuts aren't just so that folks with disabilities can get up and on the curb. They help everybody in society. be able to kind of travel and be a little bit safer as you're kind of walking downtown or through neighborhoods or whatever. And so same thing with this technology. It's made for the masses, but it has a real specific, I believe, a real specific usefulness for folks with disabilities and what it can offer them.
So I can also connect a lady to a television set.
You can, yeah. So different. There are smart televisions, and so you can change your channel. You just using your voice to be able to kind of communicate that with folks. Yeah, there's lots of different television sets that are now beyond smart TVs, but voice-activated smart TVs that can then get connected through the Amazon Fire Stick or different services that are out there. Comcast, I believe, has one as well. So lots of interesting things. And so, one of the things, I find really kind of cool about it, and we mentioned that previously, is just that NFB has come out with this new news line. And so we can actually pull it up on here and give people a run through on that if we want.
Let's go ahead and let's give it a run here with them. Florence has already entered her credentials, which is asked for. So let's go ahead and give it a run, Florence.
All right. Alexa, open National Federation.
Welcome to NFB Newsline. Hello, Florence McSwine. What would you like to read?
The Indianapolis Star.
Welcome to NFB Newsline for Indiana, sponsored by the Indiana State Library. If you have questions about how to use this service, call the National Federation of the Blind at 1-866-504-7300. Reading in Indianapolis Star dated February 13, 2019. In the news section of the Indianapolis Star, there are 8 articles in this section. Article 1. Photo.
You can ask
Washington as lawmakers prepare to vote on a package designed to prevent another government shutdown.
Alexa, skip to next section.
Tom Cotton blasts Stalin-like cover-up of Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal FAQ. William Cummings. USA Today. President Donald Trump is ripping a proposal that some Democrats have embraced to curb global warming. Trump at a rally in El Paso.
Alexa, ask National Federation to email me this article.
You should receive your email for this article shortly after.
That is one of the cool things. There are lots of, again, those skills in there where I just love that app. It's something new to me, and I'm excited about it because getting access to those kinds of things just simply by asking for it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and with over 500 different publications, you can use the app and the A-Lady to access those publications, whether it be your newspapers, your state newspapers, your national publications, and some world publications, and also magazines. So, she can access all of this so instantaneously. And I know I love using it. What about yourself, Florence, and how do you use it?
I use it all the time since we have access now through the A-Lady. I read my NFB Newsline so much more than I had before. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, because if you want to go up and read about things that's going on within the National Federation, some of the movement that we're doing within the organization, you can do that. You can also listen to the National Federation of the Blind, President Mark Riccobono's releases on here with this device. You can also read about what we have as a monthly magazine that comes out. It's called the Braille Monitor. You can also, read a magazine that the parents' magazines, and also the American Council for the Blind. They have a magazine out that you can read up here. So it's very accessible.
And also, let me just interject something real quick. It was an article that was just written this week on the Indianapolis Recorder with Lee Martin.
Oh, really?
Yes, front page, and we can actually go in and read that as well. So
Okay, and you have 3 other devices on this table that I'm pretending like I'm looking at.
Yeah. Right,
and,
right.
So could you tell us about these other 3 items that are on the table?
Yeah, we've got got a couple of different things up here. The first one is a Braille Note Touch. Braille Note Touch is a note taker for folks who are blind and visually impaired, but it's kind of a newish. It's not brand new, but it's been around. Maybe for a couple of years, but what's nice about it is it's a fully integrated Android device. So you've got an Android tablet that acts as a Braille. It's got a Braille keyboard overlay and lets you be able to take notes, access the internet, do things in your calendar. It's really just a great way a portable device to be able to take with you to take notes and be able to collect information.
May I see that device?
Yeah, I'm going to pass this on over to you.
Can I touch it? I'm never going to see it, but okay. It's a nice lightweight device as you put it.
It's got a Braille display on the bottom of it.
Okay.
So not only does it provide auditory feedback, maybe not quite 40 cells, but provides audio feedback and Braille tactile feedback for you based on what's information is being put into the device.
Oh, okay, okay. So people that are looking at this is like the a Braille typewriter, so to speak.
Yep, like your old Perkins Brailler.
Old Perkins Brailler, and I mean it really far exceeds that.
Yeah.
And you know, and as you see, all the keys that you have on a regular keyboard, we have right here. These are the keys that you can use to type out the English language, and it'll all pop up in Braille on the display down here. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so as you type in and reading your notes and everything, you know, you can just read what you're typing here. And then you can also go forward a line or a paragraph and read it as it's displayed on the Braille display.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Okay, and there's several others out here.
Sure, you may take that back and put it back up here. And then
you have the Orbit out there or not?
I don't have the Orbit. We have one of those in our libraries, and so it's a different, similar type of device, but yeah, those are great as well. Highlighting just a couple of other things quickly. Have you heard of the Dot Braille Watch?
No, I have not.
So this is a smart watch. I'm going to go ahead and kind of just leave it here so the camera can get it, but it's got 4 cells of Braille and will allow you to then be able to tell time. You can then connect it to your phone and have some reminders flash across there as well. But it's a Braille watch, really kind of the first of its kind. You used to have tactile watches where you could feel where the time was and stuff like that, but this actually has refreshable Braille built into it. And so, Lee, I'll pass that to you so you can put that in your hands as well.
Okay. Now, how much does a device like this generally run?
It's a few $100, so they're expensive. But again, if you're looking for that kind of access, once it's connected to a smartphone or some sort of a tablet device, you will be able to then have some information displayed in Braille on the watch. And so whether it's the time or contact information or a message or some sort of a notification.
Okay, so now these come in, I guess, I mean, this here, I guess they got different bands and things like that.
Yeah, that comes with a metal band at this point. That's what it's sold with, but I'm assuming you can probably get different kinds of bands for it. So, but interesting if you're interested in a smartwatch and receiving notifications on your wrist instead of your phone, might be a great way to be able to accomplish that.
Great. Okay, okay.
Cool. Take that back from you. We also have Orcam glasses. Have you guys heard of Orcam before?
Yes, I have.
So we have a pair of these Orcam glasses. They have a snap-on camera, and so I got a pair of glasses here, and I'll just go ahead and snap it on, and then you can kind of see that it connects to those glasses. What these glasses do allow you to be able to take your finger at your nose and then point to any text, and the glasses will automatically snap a picture of it, convert that text to readable text, and will read it back to you. So it's very, very quick and easy to use. It does some facial recognition and money recognition as well. But an example of maybe some wearable type of technology. I know Lee, I've seen you with IRA glasses, kind of even a step beyond the OrCam glasses, but IRA is similar in nature where it does have a camera connected to the glasses, but then you have on-demand basically sighted assistance or audio description from a live person anytime you want it. You basically connect it. And what I find revolutionary about that type of service is places like the Indianapolis airport and other airports are now signing on to that service so that you get it for free in some public places instead of having to pay for or use the data that you have with a particular subscription like that.
And that is so true, and that is a blessing.
Yep.
I love those glasses as well. Now, where's the camera centered on these glasses? It says on the bridge.
It is not. It's not centered directly on the middle of the glasses. It is connected to the right
armature.
Armature, yeah.
Okay.
So it's connected on that side. Okay. So there is some positioning there, but that could be a challenge.
Okay. Now, what is the Ruby there?
So the Ruby, this is the Ruby XL HD. It is a handheld magnifier. Let me go ahead and turn it on for folks so they can see it. This is a handheld magnifier. So for folks who have low vision and they want to get access to printed material, this will allow you to be able to put printed material underneath it, to be able to kind of zoom in, make things bigger, be able to change color contrast, because contrast plays a big role in things for folks who have visual impairments, to be able to see things a little bit easier. A lot of folks like that white text on a black background. Keeps all that glare from popping. So
wow. So these great devices that you have, we really want to thank you for bringing them in. We have to kind of wrap up our show.
Okay, no problem.
But we want to thank you for bringing those in. And once again, give the viewing and listening audience your information so how they can contact you at Easter Seals Crossroads.
Sure. So the best way to reach us, you can give us a call. It's 317-466-1000. Or you can go to our website. There's two websites for our agency. It's eastersealscrossroads.org. Or if you're looking specifically for assistive technology, it's eastersealstech.com. That's a great way to reach out, find out the services that we offer, and then ask us your questions, and we'll get back with you and provide you with some information.
Well, thank you so very much, Brian, for coming in, and we certainly appreciate it. And thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate the opportunity, and it's great to connect with you again in this way.
Same here. Yeah. Thank you. So join us next week for a brand new show. So take care.
The National Federation of the Blind, Newsline, Indiana. For more information, go to nfb-in.org or call 855-963-6476. That's 855-963-6476. The National Federation of the Blind encourages you to live the life you want.